Hello, everyone. Let me go ahead and open it. A lot of people from the subreddit seemed to, or Josh A subreddit, seemed to like, uh, Little Revive project I'm working on. Uh, I've been doing Blender for a couple of months now. Not expert and not perfect at this, but better than most. So I'm going to go over a little bit of basic things that I have to go over or do with this guy. He looks a little funky because he's very early in development and, um, kind of hard to develop a character like him because his identity or look is very different compared from one drawing to another. So as you can see, like the thumb looks a little weird, the fingers look weird, all of that. Basically, this dude started off as a UV sphere, and I molded the head, which, if I can go ahead and hide the hat, you can see a little bit of a good old heady right here. Uh, you know, Basic body. Most of the time, if I end up selling this on Gumroad or anything like that, you wouldn't see this. You wouldn't see this body. You are probably going to just end up seeing the clothing. So, my ideas behind all the characters and scenes and all that I'm creating, I am planning to create multiple versions, more of use the same base but create different clothes. So for like Grim Peaks, Hellraiser, the Christmas album, all of that, the Return from Josh A, all of that. May even include Jake Hill. But main point, what a lot of creators have habits of doing is that with human characters, and yes, Little Revive's not technically human, but he has a humanoid figure. You gotta kind of think of how he truly looks, how his body is supposed to move, how certain things are supposed to bend. Now, with those in mind, you're gonna have these little points here. These are called the vertices. They're basically the entire building block of anything you see that is made in 3D. Then there's edges, and then there's faces. So edges are the things that connect between here. The faces are these big things right here. It's a lot of geometry, a lot of math, a lot of bullshit that no one cares about. But it can help you create cool shit, so I learned it. And why is there so many here? Because you gotta think, the body wants you gotta have enough vertices for your bones, basically like the bones in the body, to be able to move, to be able to make it where it can bend around and actually make it look human. So, like, for example, the eyes, they're going to have their own bone. So you got to make sure that the eyes are directly where the eye sockets, and the eye sockets have to look. So basically, you just got to make sure it looks good and make sure it's not crazy in polycount. Because a lot of these shorts that you see with the cloths and all that, they're not made for in-game or anything like that. Because games do not want models that are really high density. So this model, or this particular thing, and this is only half the model because I have a mirror on, has 3,473 triangles, which is pretty fucking good for the base model in all of its glory. Because what I'm aiming for is at least under 7,000 with the basic clothing, with just the basic Grim Peaks clothing and nothing crazy. Uh, and I'm going to go more into depth with how this works and how to make him. I just wanted to make a little bit of a video of how development's going, how he looks. When you really, because think of it as an artist with Blender, because people that create in Blender are artists. You may think you suck at drawing until you pick up the pen and paper, and you end up amazing, right? you know, everything takes time, art takes time, and this is a form of art. So it I'm not expecting him to get done like right now, quickly fast. I am just wanting him to be at least in the early beta stage. Because you know he still looks a little funky, you know, little ifs, here's, ands, and buts, but with time he will grow and he will end up, you know, looking human. And he didn't like everyone's like, what's that shadow? I actually that image earlier. Later, actually, in the subreddit that I sent of, you know, the really early version of him, was rendered because of this, and to show you what it actually looks like. This is kind of what his body looks like. So, looks a little weird because you just see the black eyes, but that's really what I'm looking for. Is I want you to see just the eyes, and that's all I'm really looking for. I'm experimenting here and there, trying to get the creepiness, you know, to the top, to the maximum of what his identity is. I'm gonna cut it off before my storage starts to scream at me, but I hope you do enjoy. Anyone from the subreddit who comes here and watches this and is interested, just comment down below and tell me that you actually want to see more. And make sure, if you do like it, to subscribe. I don't want to be those YouTubers that shove it down your throat and say subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. If you genuinely want updates and you know you want to know how this is going, I will post on subreddit. I'll post on Twitter. I'll post on here. Yeah, so you have a great night, and may Grim Peaks live on.